The General Assembly is now voting on Draft Resolution A/ES-10/L22 entitled Status of Jerusalem. The voting has been. Please lock the machine.
The result of the vote is as follows. In favor 128. Against, abstentions 35. Draft resolution /E-10/L22.
Good morning, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with the Trumpet for My People. April 21st, 2018. And you might be wondering why I'm bringing up this vote against Jerusalem at the United Nations on December 21st, the last day of Hanukkah. Well, we were watching, the sign of the dragon. The sign of the dragon appeared on December 17th, which was midweek Hanukkah, and what we see there is a sign in the heavens. That sign in the heavens doesn't really mean much unless we see some type of manifestation on earth. And so if we link this midweek Hanukkah sign on December 17th with the sign at the United Nations, a vote against Jerusalem that came on the last day of Hanukkah on December 21st, then we have a sign in the heavens that came on midweek Hanukkah, and then we have a sign on earth that came on the last day of Hanukkah, the sign of the dragon. And so if we read this again, let's read this passage. Revelation 12, 3 through 6. Another sign appeared in heaven. Behold, a great fiery red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, 7 diadems on his heads. His tail drew a third of the stars of heaven and threw them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman who was ready to give birth, to devour her child as soon as it was born. She bore a male child who was to rule all nations with the rod of iron. Her child was caught up to God in his throne. Then the woman fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared by God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. So again, as we have studied in the past, and we are still waiting for the fulfillment of the sign of the dragon. And we are still within this parameter to continue watching this, because the sign of the dragon that appeared in the heavens on December 17th brought forth a manifestation on earth on December 21st, which was still the last day of Hanukkah. And so we have the sign of the dragon. And then we have the third of the stars, which means 4 months. Now, what would this look like then if we do a visual so we can understand this? What we have is we have a sign in the heavens. But that sign in the heavens, as I mentioned, does not mean much unless we can see some type of physical earthly manifestation of the sign of the dragon. So in the heavens we have the sign of the dragon that appeared on December 17th. Adding 1/3 of the stars to that, or 4 months, brought us to the new moon of the second month, April 17th. And then we have, just a few days later, the manifestation of that sign, the dragon sign on earth, which was the vote against Jerusalem on the last day of Hanukkah. And if we go December 21st, 2017 plus 4 months, that brings us to April 21st, 2018. And so we have a sign in heaven, but we also had a sign on earth, which was the vote against Jerusalem on the last day of Hanukkah. 128 countries in favor of the vote against Jerusalem, in favor of the fact that Jerusalem should come out of their settlements. This was a vote against Jerusalem. 128 in favor, 35 abstentions, and only 9 were in favor of Jerusalem. Only 9 were against the resolution, and only 9 were in favor of Jerusalem. And so here we have a manifestation of the dragon sign in heaven by a vote against Jerusalem on earth, which was extremely lopsided against Jerusalem. Only 9 in favor of Jerusalem. And so we have a sign on December 21st. Adding 4 months to that brings us to April 21st, 2018. And this is the days that we are watching between IR 4 and IR 5. We have the dates that we're watching right now this weekend, which is the anniversary celebration. IR 5 is right here. April 21st to April 22nd. This is the true anniversary based on the new moon. Based on the new moon, this is the true anniversary of the independence of Israel. IR 5. And so here we are, 4 months from the sign of the dragon that manifested on earth the last day of Hanukkah, the vote against Jerusalem. Okay, this is another proof that, to me, this sign of the dragon is not something that just stood by itself. Okay, and we were watching the sign of the dragon, we were watching April 17th, but now that we're here on April 21st, I mean, we do have a connection between the actual sign in the heavens and a sign on the earth. And we have our 4-month delay, the third of the stars, bringing us to the actual date of the independence of Israel. April 21st to April 22nd, IR 5. Okay. So this is what I want to share with you tonight. This is Steve Fletcher with the Trumpet for My People. Keep looking up. Our redemption draweth nigh. God bless.